Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you Naruto, the God of Shinobi, part 41. Remember to get this 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So, I post a new episode of Uchiha Naruto the Sage on this channel, so go ahead and check it out and enjoy. And over on Anime King. And if this is the first time hearing of Anime King, that's my main channel. Go ahead and check it out, and if you do enjoy the 600 plus what ifs over there, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the Anime King family. So I post a new episode of What If Naruto Was Trained to be a Mercenary, and I also did a new episode of What If Naruto Went Missing for 4 years. So go ahead and enjoy all the lovely what ifs coming your way. And remember, if you're new to any of these channels, go ahead and comment down below and tell me. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So yeah guys, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the last time we left off, Naruto is still facing off against Minato, Hoshirama and Madara, as Sasuke went off as he faced off against Danzo, and seeing that he has the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan now, the battle was similar to canon, but Sasuke still prevailed without any serious damage and none of his comrades died. Back on the inside, Kakashi found out that Obito is still alive as he was shocked as Obito revealed himself to Kakashi, as Madara also called a meteor from the sky, but Naruto destroyed it as it broke up into chunks of pieces, as Madara wanted to see Naruto's full power, but Naruto is still holding back and he knew that. As Naruto hasn't yet used his full capabilities, Naruto also summoned Shikaku as Shikaku came in to fight, but Shikaku didn't last long against Hoshirama, who put him to sleep, and Naruto then dispelled Shikaku. The last part we left off was when Madara told Naruto that he was the one who made Naruto this way, as Naruto then erupted in a fit of laughter. So yeah guys, you guys can switch across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. Naruto's laughter quieted down as he looked Madara straight in the eyes. Yes, you're right Madara. You did set me on this path, there's no denying that fact. And you are also the one that told Mikato to give me the Sharingan. But there is no surprise in that, said Naruto with a shrug. But it was I who walked down this dark path. You may have started it all by telling Mito Uzumaki what happened to the Uzumaki clan, but if I had ignored that all, we wouldn't be standing here today. Madara huffed, but he didn't reply. Uzumaki Naruto, said a voice as Naruto turned his head to look at Hashirama, who had a serious look on his face. Naruto smirked internally at this. So this is a true first Hokage, as the man was dead serious. What is it? Naruto asks. What happened to the Uzumaki clan? Asks Hashirama. Is that why you're trying to destroy Konoha as well? Minato also focused as he wanted to know what is going on as well. On the rooftop, Hiruzen lowered his head, as he was one of them who went through the actions of allowing Uzo to be destroyed years ago, and he didn't want to see Hoshirama's reaction, as Kabuto merely readjusted his glasses. Naruto chuckled at that. You wouldn't know, would you? I can only say that you would be disappointed to see what your dream has come, First Hokage. What are you talking about? Hoshirama asked a raised eyebrow. Konoha allowed their own comrades to be wiped out, all of the Uzumakis. As Naruto turned his gaze to Hiruzen, as Hoshirama turned his gaze as well. Hiruzen, is this true? He asked. Hiruzen merely nodded, not saying anything. This can't be, muttered Minato as Kushina came in his mind. I see, said Hoshirama, as he turned his back to Hiruzen, not saying anything else. That's the reality of things, my old friend, Madara said with a sigh. What you and I were chasing was just a mere dream that we cannot accomplish in our lifetime. Hoshirama didn't respond. Kabuto then brought his hand to the ram seal. That's enough for the chatter, don't you think? as Hoshirama activated his Sage mode. So he's getting serious now, Naruto thought, as a deadly presence started to leak off of him, as Minato felt it because he was near to Hoshirama. So this is the power of Hoshirama Senju, thought Minato, as Kabuto merely smirked. Madara for his part merely sigh and shake his head. Well, if he's going to go all out, I should do the same as well. As Madara flared up his Susanoo, his perfect Susanoo, as it towered over everything. This is my true, perfect Susanoo, Uzumaki Naruto. It seems like things end here, said Madara. Naruto could only chuckle at this, as he felt the power radiating from both shinobis. Any sane person would have ran away by now, thought Naruto. Good thing that I'm not completely sane then. You want my power, don't you? Said a voice. As Naruto's eyes widened, as he was floating in a space of darkness. You, said Naruto, as Naruto saw the Jobi. As the Jobi chuckled, as he looked at Naruto with his one eye. I have been watching the show outside. Highly amusing, he said. Who says that I want to use your power? Naruto asked. The Jobi chuckled again. It's your only choice at the moment. Naruto turned his back on the beast. I have already dealt with all of this stuff from Kurama once. I will not be tricked, not anymore. I won't try to escape, stated the Jobi. I will admit, you actually interest me, Uzumaki Naruto. You interest me to the point where I don't wish to kill you just as yet. And those two out there, they can entertain me for a while. Besides, wasn't this the reason that you revived me in the first place? Naruto then turned his head back to the Jobi. Let's get something straight, said Naruto, as wooden gates appeared and fall down on the Jobi, trapping him. As Naruto floated forward until he was in front of the beast's massive eye. I am in control of you, not the other way around, said Naruto, as he narrowed his eyes. You might have thought that I was a fool, but I know the risks that involve you. So don't try anything, or I will lock you up just like you were in the past. Jojobi just stared at Naruto, as behind Naruto it could see the shadow of the Sage of Six Paths. This boy. As Jojobi then let out a loud laugh, as it then stopped. It then focused back on Naruto. Very well, Uzumaki. I promise to behave for the time being. Naruto merely turned his back to the beast again. Good. In the real world, only about 3 seconds has passed. Both Madara and Hoshirama took a step back as they felt a dark energy leaking from Naruto. This is not his Susanoo, thought Madara with narrow eyes. Then, what is it? Hoshirama asked. As Kabuto was interested to see what Naruto was going to do, Naruto thought Hiruzen. Minato for his part could only stare at his son, as he had no idea what was going on. Meanwhile, Kushina was rushing towards the room where she felt the dark energy coming from, as she knew it was Naruto with another group. What is this? Karen asked, as everyone felt the dark presence through the air. Currently, Sasuke and his team with Mikato was running back through the snow, back to the cage meeting place. Danzo was dead. They burned the entire camp along with the root agents with Danzo's body, as he destroyed Shisui's eye, so there was nothing left important. Sasuke narrowed his eyes as he felt the dark presence. This is coming from Naruto, as Mikato narrowed her eyes as well. Mito appeared in the room through the giant hole that Naruto had created, as Tsunade rushed up to her, ready to hit her, but she then stopped as she saw everything in the room, while Mito was shocked. This was not expected, thought Madara, as a dark energy around Naruto started to take form. Hoshirama for his sight could only stare at the sight in front of him. My son, thought Minato with a sad look. Why did things have to go this way? Madara, Hashirama, said a demonic voice within the dark energy, as it took a few moments, but they recognized it as Naruto's voice. The dark energy took the form of a Jubi, with Naruto standing on top of his head, his Rinnegan activated. Looking into the Jubi's one eye caused Madara's Rinnegan to subconsciously, "What is that thing?" thought Tsunade with a shocked look on her face. While Kabuto could only took a step back as he looked at the Jubi, the entire place was destroyed as the Jubi towered over things. Impossible, thought Hiruzen with wide eyes. So, he managed to revive the Jubi, thought Madara with a surprised look. Now that was unexpected. "Uzumaki Naruto," said Hashirama, while Naruto stood on top of the Jubi's head, arms crossed, with his Rinnegan activated and a smirk on his face. "Madara, Hashirama," Naruto said, "just like you guys said, it's time to finish with these games and end this." Meanwhile, Fuka was outside a distance away as Kushina ran up to her. "Fuka," said Kushina. "Where is Naruto?" Kushina asked. Fuka merely tilted her head to where she had just come from. "Over there, where the cages have been having their little meeting. He's fighting the previous Hokages and those Uchihas." "What?" said Kushina as her eyes went wide. "Previous Hokages? Oh, you didn't get here. Well, Kabuto summoned them using the Edo Tensei Jutsu." As Kushina walked around Fuka, but Fuka placed a hand on her shoulder. "I advise you to not go over there. I am sure you feel this dark power in the air, but I am not so sure what it is, but it has to be coming from one of them that are fighting. I know where that dark power is coming from, and I must go," said Kushina, as she shook off her hand and ran off. "This is troublesome," thought Mito as she looked up at the revival beast. "I had no clue that he did this." Not only that, but Madara hadn't said anything about this either, as she turned her head to the side as she saw Madara standing in his perfect Susanoo. So, he was revived as well. As she then saw the wooden statue. "Hashirama," she said, as she felt trouble and she didn't know why. It was maybe because her husband was back and she didn't know what he would think of all of this. Kabuto for his part could only stare at Jubi with a blank look on his face, as it then turned into a smile. "This is perfect," he thought, as his snake-like tongue slickered out of his mouth again. "This is beyond perfect." The Jubi, the same beast that the Sage of Six Paths sealed into himself to become the first ever Jinchuriki in existence. "It will be mine," Kabuto said as he was shaking with excitement. On top of Jubi's head was Naruto, as his smirk has disappeared, as the Jubi replaced Kurama for the moment, as it was chuckling in his mind. "Yes, the feeling of the real world. It is amazing," the Jubi said. "It has been a long while since I've been out here." "Don't get too attached to it," replied Naruto. The Jubi simple chuckled again. "Right," he said. "Now, show me your power," Naruto stated. "Of course," said the Jubi, as he focused on Hashirama and Madara. Sensing this, Madara prepared his sword to strike the beast. It would be that my seeing through time wasn't perfect, as Madara had no clue that this was going to happen. The Shinigami did told me that my mastery of the Rinnegan was nowhere near the Sage of Six Paths. He was broken out of his thought as Hashirama spoke. "The Jubi, is it? It seems like you won't know the consequences that will come because of what you have done, Uzumaki Naruto." Hearing this, Naruto tilted his head. "You're wrong," as his voice was altered. Thanks to the Jubi's chakra that was running through its chakra coils. "I know very well what the risks are. I am just prepared to handle all of them." "I will believe that when you have stopped us," said Madara as he cut into the conversation. Naruto turned his head to Madara. "You should know that you already lost, Madara. Not even you have something that can stand up against me now." Madara chuckled at that. "You? Don't you mean the Jubi? Do you really think that this is your power, Uzumaki Naruto?" As Madara raised his right hand, pointing it up at Naruto. "This is not your power, it's the Jubi's. It's as simple as that. You're merely borrowing it. Just like you were planning on doing. you were going to use a Jubi to cast a Genjutsu on the world, but you changed your mind. Wasn't that the same thing that you were planning to do? Borrow its power? Madara chuckled again. Then it seems that you and I are same in that regard. I suppose I agree with you on that, Madara, Naruto stated. It was then that Minato stood up as he glanced at Naruto. Why, he asked. You admitted it, that you were wrong by doing this. So why continue, Naruto? He asked out loud. Naruto chuckled as he shook his head. Why do you continue and continue to ask the same question over and over again? You should know by now, it doesn't matter what I say, I still won't change. Let me ask you, did you expect for me to forgive Konoha after everything that village did to me? You know what? I almost did when I was younger, as some people started to see me as Naruto, not only as a Kyuubi brat, but then, once I start to learn the true meaning behind the village and what they have done, everything started to come up. All of the emotions that I kept away, everything that I kept hiding behind my goofy smile. But now, with this power, I will crush everything. The Jubi then let out a massive roar as everyone was sent down to their knees. Madara Susanoo then raised his sword upwards, intending on cutting the Jubi. That's not going to work, said Naruto. The Jubi for his part merely stopped the sword in one of his hands, and instead of letting go of the sword, the Jubi break it in half. What? Thought Madara. Seeing this happening, Hoshirama jumped off the wood statue head that he was standing on, as he slammed his hand together as another wooden statue raised from the ground with about thousands of arms on its back. The statue was tall and big enough that it actually reached up to the Jubi chest. Naruto smirked at that. This would be interesting, as Hoshirama fired all the arms as they came at the Jubi. As the Jubi brought up his arms, but Hoshirama's arms didn't stop, as they were coming in with so many of them, even pushing back the Jubi. I will not lose this, thought Hashirama, as his hands were clasped together. Hoshirama thought Mito, as she then felt movement from behind her. That's my grandfather, said Tsunade with wide eyes. Mito simply turned her back on her. Yes it is, Mito said. You said that we are bad people. We have done wrong things, but we don't hide them. But you, Tsunade, Mito said as she turned around. You made that Kabuto guy use the Edo Tensei on Hoshirama, who is not a part of this, to control him. I will kill Kabuto, and if I found out that you were responsible for this, I will kill you as well. As Mito jumped off and bite her thumb as she ran through hand sign, summoning jutsu, she said, as a red hawk appeared as Mito landed on it. Wait, that's not a hawk, said Tsunade, that's a phoenix. Flying at top speed, the red-colored phoenix headed straight towards where Kabuto stood. Sensing this, Kabuto turned his head as he saw a red head that he didn't recognize coming towards him on some bird-like animal. Kabuto merely smirked as Hiruzen appeared in front of him, as Hiruzen released a fireball off the bat. Mito just stood quiet as she didn't move, as the phoenix wings engulfed in fire as it absorbed the flames that were coming from Hiruzen's attack. As she then flipped off the bird and landed a distance away from Kabuto and Hiruzen. I will make sure you suffer after you cancel this jutsu, she said. As Kabuto studied her, Uzumaki Mito, am I right? It was said that you are one of the strongest kunoichi that ever lived. It will be good to study your body once I kill you. Back with Naruto, enough of this, Naruto thought, as Hoshirama's attack was pushing back the Jubi. Most surprising, the Jubi said from Naruto's mind, this human is not half bad. I am going to enjoy killing him. Naruto didn't respond as he went through hand sign. Seeing this, Madara scowled, as Naruto's Rinnegan is gaining more and more power just from the fight. Seeing that, Madara did his next attack from within the Susanoo, wood style. Forest emergent, he said. as Naruto looked down to see a forest appearing at the Jubi's feet. So, Madara also has my Mokiton abilities, thought Hoshirama as he noticed the emerging forest. This is not going to work though, thought Naruto as he jumped down from the Jubi's head, as the wind was surrounding him like the lightning armor of A. Watch out, the Jubi said from Naruto's mind. I have sensed some kind of poison within those trees. Thanks for the heads up, Naruto said as he landed, and the entire forest was ripped apart as a tornado surrounded him. But poison is not affected by someone like me. Now deal with that jutsu. The Jubi scoffed as it started creating a Biju bomb, as Hoshirama face changed from confident as he saw beam of black energy start to destroy the statue's arms. I thought that jutsu could only be performed in a ball form, thought Hoshirama as he jumped off a statue, as the Biju just released a stream of the Biju bomb as it was tearing the statue to pieces. So, this is the power of the Jubi, he thought in mid-air. Impressive, he said. Naruto turned his head to see Madara standing there calmly, within Susanoo. It seems that your affinity to wind has been amplified, thanks to your Rinnegan, stated Madara, as he looked at Naruto's wind armor. Naruto smirked at him. And you? Still hiding in that Susanoo of yours? Why don't you come out? Or are you still afraid to face me without it? Madara smirked. I am not stupid, Uzumaki. Trying to anger me won't work either. My Susanoo is my boat. Best defense and my offense right now. Naruto shrugged as he got ready to charge. We will see about that. As he disappeared from sight, making Madara raise an eyebrow in surprise. He's fast, thought Madara, as he tried to find Naruto's location. As he looked up to see Naruto in mid-air, a jutsu in hand, Madara quickly prepared his counter-attack as Naruto threw it. Wind style, Rasen Shuriken. Fire style, fireball jutsu, said Madara, as he let out a normal fireball, as the fire was no match for Naruto's wind, even though the wind was to enhance the fire and send it back at Naruto. But Naruto's wind style was amplified by his wind armor, as it cut right through the fire and went to Madara, who brought up his shield for his Susanoo, as the jutsu burst through Madara's Susanoo shield. But Madara wasn't panicking, as he just brought his hand up, Shinra Tensei, as he repelled the attack. And here I thought I had him, Naruto said, as a yellow flash appeared in front of him, bringing him out of his thoughts, as it was Minato with his 3-pronged kunai. Minato brought his kunai forward, but he was repelled because of Naruto's wind shield. You will have to do better than that, Naruto stated, as Minato then disappeared again. As Naruto looked around as he realized Harushin placements were all over the floor. When did he set these, Naruto wondered, as he then looked at Minato. As Minato bit his thumb and ran through hand sign, as he summoned Gamabunta. The toads. It's been a while since I saw them, Naruto said. Outside, Hoshirama was panting as his left arm was being regenerated as he stood on his smaller statue. I have had enough, thought the Jubi, as he was merely toying with Hoshirama all this time. He is not on the sage level, but he's not that bad. But it's over now. Hoshirama could only look up as he saw the Jubi's tail swinging fiercely. What is it up to now, he wondered. With a swipe of his tail, the Jubi sent a powerful wind gust to Hoshirama, who used his statue to save him, but it couldn't hold up for long, as it was break down because of the pressure. The next thing Hoshirama knew, he was sent flying because another one of the tail from a Jubi hit him. He's just toying with me, said Hoshirama as he impacted into the wall. Back with Mito and Hiruzen. You're done, said Mito, as Hiruzen was stuck in a seal. Mito, said Hoshirama as he recognized her voice. Now, it's time for me to seal you away, she said, realizing what she's doing. Kabuto, as he was about to bring back more people from the dead to aid them in the fight, Tsunade appeared beside him. What is it now, he asked, as he was then smashed down into the ground as he break through the floor. "You bastard," said Tsunade as she fisted him in the face, as she had a furious look on her face. Mito actually smirked. "There is hope for you then, my granddaughter," she said, as she then turned her attention back to Hiruzen. As she sealed him away, she then turned back to Tsunade, as she had a smile on her face. "I must say, you have surprised me, Tsunade." Tsunade huffed as she looked at her grandmother. "I didn't do it for you. That bastard had it coming after all." "Mito, Tsunade," as the both of them recognized the voice. "Hoshirama?" Mito thought as her eyes went wide, as Tsunade had the same expression, as a giant hand was coming down on them, as Tsunade pushed Chakra to her feet and tried to jump away. But wood tentacles came out of the ground and grabbed her and pulled her out of the way in time, because her jump wouldn't make it, as Mito was also pulled away, as Kushina stopped as the giant hand crushed the ground, as she let out a sigh. "Ooh, that was lucky." Naruto then reappeared on top of the Jubi's head. "That was overboard, you know that," Naruto said. "No, I haven't even got started yet," the Jubi said. Mito got free from the binds as she landed on her phoenix. As she looked behind her to see Hoshirama landed on the phoenix as well. "It's you," said Mito in shock, as tears started to roll down her cheek, making her shake her head. "Damn it, this is no time for crying," she thought. "It seems that I can move on my own for now," thought Hashirama as he walked up to Mito. "Mito," he said. Mito looked at him as she tried to clear the tears from her face. "There is no need to cry," he said with a smile. Mito couldn't help herself as she jumped at him and kissed him, as his eyes widened in a comical way, as he then started to kiss her back. As Naruto looked forward to see both Minato and Gamabunta landed in front of him, as Gamabunta was smoking from his pipe. Moments later, Madara landed beside Minato. "Oi, Minato," said Gamabunta as he glanced up to see his dead summoner. "I thought you were dead. The situation's a bit complicated right now," said Minato as he looked up at his son. As Gamabunta looked up as well. "What the hell is this?" he thought, as he saw the Jubi, but no one answered. "Jubi," said Naruto. "No more holding back. End this now." The Jubi chuckled in Naruto's mind. "If you say so." As both Madara and Minato took a step back, as the air started to change. "So, the Jubi is finally getting serious," thought Madara, as he prepared himself. But guys, I'm going to end this episode right here. If you want the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also go ahead and check out Uchiha Naruto the Sage. And also, what if Naruto was trained to be a mercenary? And what if Naruto went missing for 4 years? But for now, I'm out of here. Peace.